Conversation. And this week, they had a lot going on.
She called his ass Mojo Jojo. She introduced her as Mojo Jojo.
Yeah, what's that? Kitty Rose?
Keita
Rose.
Keita Rose.
Yeah, Keita Rose. But here's the thing, though. Here's one that would...
Chapter end. And so, with that, I am announcing my departure from tonight's Conversation podcast. Chapter end.
Chip gone too? Man. What the hell Mojo Jojo?
Yeah, it's something ain't right, babe.
Oh my goodness!
I
mean, it started out.
So is Mojo the Ace dude?
Ace. That's
so
what she called Ace metaphor.
Ace
called his ass Mojo Jojo.
So look, Ace remind me of Caesar, and I'll tell you this: there sometimes as black people, you have responsible black people and you have irresponsible black people. And normally the irresponsible black people have always dreamed of having so much success, so much money, having an opportunity to be able to do this, do that, take care of this person. They driven by that. That drives them. Like the financial piece, it drives them so much so that they become irresponsible with the money. And like the one thing I learned when I took that business course when I was doing my personal training thing is when you start a business like that with multiple employees and you have an outlook for your business, that should determine how much money you should allocate to the side to make sure you paying all your people. And it sounds like a lot of everyone's grievances is specifically about money. And I feel like if this business, I heard Keita talking about rental cars and paying for flights. And if rental cars and flights is a part of this plan, it's room and board too. So like if you putting all that, and I know you're not putting these people in no Motel 8 or no inns, none of that. So that would then tell me that you need to at least allocate $500,000 to the side to ensure that not only am I able to keep up with this behavior that I seem like I facilitated, but that I can also make sure I'm not overextending myself and being able to pay my people. And also not doing crazy stuff behind the scenes that is kind of manipulating that pay or changing wording in contracts. And also that's also the responsibility. That's why I kind of feel like the people that's complaining about money, it's a little bit on you. Because it does get to a point where like if you feel like it's so much money coming in and you can kind of gauge what's going on, like you need to either make a decision a little bit earlier before you get too deep, or you need to start having a lawyer present or somebody to really have these conversations. Because the one thing I didn't like about Keita is when she said she had to get her boyfriend involved with conversations because he didn't want to talk to women. Okay, if that's the case, then why is your boyfriend the resolution? Now let's talk about other ways. Because I think sometimes we talk so much with our mouth that we're not talking with our pockets. So it's like you getting on social media and you trying to tarnish whatever the situation is because of your personal issue, but you didn't do what you were supposed to do to make sure you don't be in this situation.
Where that at?
What she's saying?
Yeah.
She been posting it. Who I work for.
Oh, well, yeah, I know that part, but I'm just saying.
Today's one was about
finances?
Yes.
Oh, Okay.
She was responding to his live. She literally was doing the little cut-in thing.
Okay, because I know they had the biggest thing.
And I'm not about to talk to the messiness.
I'm just saying,
because it's messy.
Because it's all started with a card game.
That's what I'm saying.
A card game that turned into a podcast.
A card game that she now saying that he didn't even create.
Yeah, he didn't create. The person that created it didn't have the drive or whatever to know how to push it, and he basically did that. But it's then turned into a travel podcast. I went, and it's interesting. It's kind because it's like
I didn't like it.
What?
Oh,
You ain't go.
Yeah, I didn't like what it brought back.
So you go and they do like four 15-minute, 20-minute segments. And it's like so they basically do 4 episodes because they live record it, and it's like 20 minutes, and then they cut it, and he would say that's the wrap of this episode, whatever, and then they're going to another one or whatever. But you have people that's in the audience that just comes up and just start saying shit. Like this lady was like, she don't know if she should stay with her side dude because now he wants to leave his wife and they be in a relationship full time. What? Excuse me, ma'am. Do you know what you just said?
But my thing, my issue is, my issue with the men is, and one thing I hate is why I don't take advice from people that I don't feel hasn't gone through the storm. Where's the evidence that you prove that you successfully are doing the things that you are criticizing men for?
Who?
The men who talk on these on this tonight's conversation. They say things, and I've seen it, and this might be hate. It may be. They say things that I don't feel like they got enough knowledge to give an answer on. We can't predict and know that they actually successfully overcame whatever they trying to tell you to overcome.
You're losing me.
No, I'm not, because you went to that card show and you came back with things that I know I ain't do, but they made you believe I do.
It was just... It ain't nothing.
So when you about to manipulate my wife...
It wasn't a manipulation.
I think it's a form of manipulation. Hey, listen, I seen the videos of people saying they feel like it was a form of manipulation.
I came and just asked a hypothetical question because the shit was funny. They more so was encouraging women to not be in situations where they don't feel valued. And then you had one.
So why you ain't ask them, do you value your woman?
Listen, it wasn't, the lady asked a question, and the dude told her that she should think more of herself, just like, what's the other chick? Well, I can't think of her name. But the other chick is more of the woman empowerment. She's like, girl, you don't need him. You need to focus on yourself and do this and do that type situation. You're beautiful, all this. And then the dude would come and say, yes, if he don't treat you like a queen and make you feel seen and all this type stuff, you know. And then you have another who has a whole nother objective. Like, what's the problem? He fucking you? He giving you money? What you mad for? And it's like, oh, it's time to tap out. I'm tapping out.
No, that's not what I was about to pull something up because I hear what you're saying.
But it was just a question that just was going around. That's it. You talking about
anybody who is outside the very small box that this country says beauty is has insecurities because it's skinny white girls. That's still the beauty standard of America. Can we be?
See, when you hear that, that's passing judgment to try to make a point. And she ain't paying for the show to hear you try to unbox her in what the population suggested they want. I'm always here where there's somebody for everybody.
There is.
It doesn't literally necessarily have to be, I need a small, skinny white girl.
No, he's saying that is what the standard.
Look.
Like, that's what people subject
let
to.
him say.
Realistic. When have larger black women ever been anything but a contrast to white women and propping up their beauty?
You believe that?
Don't all white girls want to be a black girl?
A big black girl. So you propping up a white girl's beauty. Okay, next.
We hear women come up and talk about how successful they are and how intimidated men are, and they never say a word about their character. And I just can't help but think about how turned off women get when men lead with money and lead with accomplishment and end up having nothing but unavailability and coldness and lack of emotional development, because that unfortunately is what it takes to succeed in certain career fields. You can look it up. And for some reason, women think that the success that they've amassed has somehow happened without them becoming devoid of a lot of the personality and relationships that men are devoid of. And they flex their accomplishments and money the same way men do. And somehow we make it different every time. Every time. No disrespect to you, but you didn't say about being a good woman. Nothing.
Why
you didn't
would
say
she,
no.
I'm just gonna,
all that, bro. Didn't say nothing about.
I can tell you
why would she say?
What do you say to that?
I don't know what the first clip was, so
It wasn't no first clip.
because she said nothing about being a good woman. He basically trying to say that you want to be equal to a man in a lot of aspects, but then you also don't want
what
the same
I like?
reparation that comes with the harshness. If a man was do it, you'll say this, but if a woman do it, you ain't got nothing to say.
I was listening to Cheryl Underwood on Uncle Shay's podcast.
That woman educated.
I used to hear her all the time on the Steve Harvey Morning Show, and she got that show that I think she do on Channel 9 or Channel 7 with is it The View? No, I don't think The View. It's another one. But anyway, she had the TV show, and I used to always hear her say one of the things she was worried about when she did those type of shows was how she looked. But in this clip that I saw with her and Shannon, he said, do your man have a problem with not making the most money? Or basically being a man of the house. She said regardless if he makes the most money, he is still a man of the home. And I also believe that is the bigger problem, because I think you struggle with that. You don't think you struggle with that? It's been plenty of examples where I feel like you be forgetting.
Forgetting what?
That I'm the man in the home. Until it's time for me to tear that ass up. You see how I did that? I'm so goofy. God dang, we was getting too goddamn serious.
What?
Nah, yo.
That's funny.
Do
you know that a lot of people in relationships, that's been together 5+ years, still have problems with passing gas or using the bathroom door number 2 in front of their spouse?
Yeah, you just had a problem with it. What? You couldn't even stare at me wipe my butt.
I don't need to watch you wipe your ass.
You was looking at the wall like the wall was a person. Girl, we've been together for 20 years. I
But you know, it's people who's been together.
It's on you. I've sat in the car while you sitting on the side of the road taking a dump, using Golden Corral napkins to wipe your butt when you was pregnant with that boy. When you was pregnant with Gen Z boy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Gen Z boy took a poop on the side of the road.
Oh my gosh. I was pregnant with you, and I don't know what it was, but I had a thing for the Golden Corral steaks.
Boy, and them steaks came staking out. You ain't have it. She might have had a thing for it, but you didn't.
Oh my gosh. And we was in North Carolina, and I had to go to the bathroom so bad mid-drive.
Hey, I panicked behind the wheel. I was like, what you want me to do? What I'm supposed to do?
Yeah,
but that was a time where we used to travel a lot. So like we was always on the road.
It was just us.
Yep.
And then here comes the kids.
Just imagine though.
But now
it's gonna be us
ain't no
two.
more kids. Them eggs be skydiving.
It's gonna be us two again in probably another 10, 12, 13, 14, and another 60 years.
60 years.
Yeah, we're gonna grow old. Yeah, we're gonna be 100. We're gonna make it to 100. Yeah, we're gonna make it to 100. But cause they never gonna leave.
Alex said she rolling.
I believe she gonna roll, but he ain't going nowhere.
Carl said he ain't leaving. Carl said he ain't gonna give him no grandkids.
No, I don't believe that. You know, he be watching that childhood porn. Hey, but look.
Anime?
Yeah. So look, I was having a personal thought, and we moving on to tonight's conversation. Just know that it was messy. Tonight's conversation released a statement. They said that the stuff that people are saying about them is untrue. He's always paid. He said he always paid his people. He said we don't know how much they make, but he do. They said a lot, but they losing castmates. It seems like they done lost 3.
But
Kitty, Kate, and now this Trippy dude. Trip.
They not gonna be able to go on.
They got the other dude who sits in the dark with multicolored backgrounds and
They're
saying,
not gonna be able.
Listen, the problem with women is sometimes women don't understand that men, we like to cry. And when we like to cry,
they're not
we just
going
cry.
To go on.
Well, he claimed he gonna be able to do it.
He gonna get some new people.
That's what he said.
It's not going to be the same.
No, what do he call himself? He said he is the new version of SNL for podcasting.
I got to say that.
Dang, I hate when people try to big themselves up while turmoil is happening. He compared himself to 50 years of SNL.
Got to say the live, you know. It's not something that, again, they was trying to go and I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't need to go back. I got how many decks of them cards? That we don't need
I don't like them cards.
Except for a game night.
Yeah, I don't like them cards. I don't like them cards on the game night. Some of them cards are just downright disrespectful. We just don't need to have that conversation.